What up, guys? The Bench Buddies are back, and it's Final Four time for March Madness. We're going to be ranking those four teams and giving you the preview and picks. We're going to combine our videos into one big video here just because it'll be two short videos if not. But before you do, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We did eclipse 100 subscribers, so we're going to be doing that giveaway soon, as Ty and I are going to be randomly picking a subscriber, and we're going to be getting in contact with you about the item that you would like. But you got to be subscribed to the channel to be entered in a contest like that. Our next one will be at 500 subscribers, so get us there and we'll be giving away another item. But let's dive into the video here. And at 4, we have Villanova, and this team has been no lower than 5 this tournament ranking, but they haven't been consistent. We moved them up 1, then they were all the way at 1, fell back down to 4, and then now they're the last team remaining. And I think that is mostly because of Justin Moore tearing his Achilles. Without him, this team, I don't know what's going to go on here, because Jay Wright only plays 6 guys, and now you're going to have to start at least one, and there's no way that they're going to play all 40 minutes every game. It just doesn't seem likely that that's going to happen. So they're going to have to depend on someone that, they don't have to depend on normally. And I think that's what's going to also help them as well, because this is what March is. You get those surprise guys out of nowhere that can make these runs and have a great game. And, because of the tape, they don't really know what to expect from some of these guys that will be getting some more minutes. If so, you got to give Villanova credit. They were probably the most slept on team all year in the Big East. Everyone was talking about Providence because they won the Big East, but Villanova responded by winning the Big East tournament. And here they are in the Final Four in another great year under Jay Wright.
All right, we got North Carolina at number 3. Might be controversial putting them over Villanova, but like Zach said, Villanova with the injury to a star, and North Carolina's red hot. I know St. Peter's was a 15 seed, but they took care of Kentucky and Purdue and had their way with Murray State. North Carolina just ran them off the court from start to finish. Their complete domination. So props to them. St. Peter's obviously was playing much better than a 15 seed. That's why they were in the Elite Eight. And North Carolina, why they're in the Final Four is because they've had multiple guys step up in different games. One game it's been Caleb Love. Obviously against Baylor, it was Brady Manick. We've seen big stretches from Davis, and then obviously Bacot always has big games. So if they can get 2 of those guys to step up, I think that's what they'll need to beat Duke. But either way, obviously they're way better than an 8 seed. That's why the line is around like 4, I think, against Duke. So, if they can get 2 stars to step up, that's going to be the key in their game against Duke.
And at 2, we have the Duke Blue Devils. Pretty tough but easy path as well, I would say. That first round matchup was pretty easy. The Michigan State game, I think there was more hype there than there should have been. I just think it's because it was Izzo and Coach K, but Duke clearly had a better team. And I think the last 2 games, the Sweet 16 and Elite 8, were the 2 toughest, obviously. But it did surprise me on how Duke responded under 4 minutes to go against Texas Tech and Arkansas, honestly. They really put them away, and they didn't really give them any signs of hope late. And I think that's what's going to be scary for UNC if it's a close game and, Duke is winning at the time. How are they going to, be able to top Duke at the end of the game? Because they've been really good closing out games in the tournament, and I can see it happening again as well. But the big question is, what's Coach K going to do? Is he going to go out as a champion or get to at least the championship? Or is he going to lose to UNC again, ruin – they've already ruined one moment for him. Last home game at Cameron, lost to UNC. But I think what it's all going to come down to is Paolo Banchero. He's going to be the one that's going to have to step up, and I think he will. It's going to be a great game regardless. I'm not going to show you who I'm picking yet. These Blue Devils do have some fight in them.
All right, Kansas is number 1. They go from 3 to 2 to 1, and they deserve it. They dominated the second half against Miami. A historic second half performance in the Elite Eight, 47 to 15. Just absolutely clamped them down. And if they can play defense like that, that is why we have them at number 1, because we know the way they can score. They have so many different guys that can come in and score. If one guy's having an off game, he can find himself on the bench. Another guy can come in and he can score. So that's why they're so dangerous. They have 10 good scorers on their team. and they're going to be a tough matchup for Villanova, who lacks depth. So I think Kansas should match up well, and if they have a couple guys on like they usually do, they should get to the championship. But you never know with Villanova in March.
And now we'll move to our picks video. And first, we'll start with the Elite Eight picks. Ty, both you and I went 3-1 here. I went the different route and pulled off the unthinkable because why not? You know, they had to lose eventually, but unfortunately, it was the only time that one of us has picked them. Of course, they would lose. But I think the best game here was that Villanova Houston game. It was ugly, low scoring, but at the end of the day, it was probably the most competitive as well. You know, huge loss for Justin Moore for Villanova moving forward, but you know, it's definitely a Final Four. I think that not a lot of people had going into it, but hey, you know, obviously it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I just think the tournament, a lot of people are complaining, well, you got 4 blue bloods in the Final Four, how boring. You know, the tournament at some point has to make a little bit of sense. You had a 15 seed in the Elite Eight, you had a 10 seed in the Elite Eight. At some point, we're trying to decide the best college basketball team. At some point, it has to kind of make a little bit of sense. The dominoes have to fall the way we thought they were going to. So I think the Final Four is just fine. You got 4 blue bloods, yes, but 4 teams that basically nobody picked all 4 of these. So it's still unexpected.
For the first game, we got North Carolina, Duke in a great game. I am going with the Blue Devils. I think that they are going to overpower UNC and get revenge for that Coach K game in Cameron. You know, that's always been, I think, on Coach K's mind, on the team's mind. You know, they've had some extra motivation there. And in the ACC tournament, you know, we saw them lose at the end. But we're going to see how they can close out because it seems like they can get to the finish line and they can't close it out so far. So I do expect them getting here, but we're going to see how they're going to perform in the championship if they do make it.
Yeah, I do think this is probably the biggest Final Four game of all time. I mean, I'm young, but just can't think of a bigger one than this. North Carolina Duke never played in the tournament. Coach K's last season, obviously, and already lost to him. So I'm going with Duke. I just think it's too much for North Carolina. They thought they were done with Duke. They thought they were done with Coach K after sending him out a loser at Cameron. Now they're rewarded with playing him again. I just think it's going to be really hard to get back up and beat him again after that. And I just think Duke's the better team right now. So the line's 4. If it comes down to that and it is a close game, I think Duke, the way they've been closing out games in this tournament, has the upper hand. You saw North Carolina almost blow it against Baylor. So I think Duke makes plays late and wins the game.
And here we have Villanova, Kansas. I'm going with Nova, and the line has changed since this was made. It opened at 7.5, and now it is down to 4.5. So something, you know, Vegas is seeing in Villanova in a good way. And I'm going to go with Nova in my biggest pool, the one bracket I didn't show you guys. Of course, I have Villanova winning it all, and I got to stick to it because I want to win some money. And I really think that they can pull the upset here.
Yeah, this game for me is all about depth. Kansas has a lot of it. Villanova now has none of it. Unless they can get some quality minutes out of baby Arcidiacono. We remember his brother from Jay Wright's first championship team. He's got to play probably 15, 20 minutes, and he usually plays about 5. So he's got to step up a little bit in this game. And then Gillespie obviously has a huge game. I don't see all those things happening, though. I think Kansas has too much firepower here for Villanova. If they had more, it'd be 50-50 for me, but unfortunately they don't.
But that's going to be it for our combined video today. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Comment below what you guys think is going to happen in the Final Four. But until the next time, the Bench Buddies are out.
She never called back.